Hey guys, Vicarious Brian here, and we're back for another episode of Let's Play Aria of Sorrow. So, first of all, I actually want to apologize because I have not been recording lately. There's a lot of reasons for that, or not a lot, but a few reasons for that. First of all, we actually had up here, I live in the Northeast United States, a bit of a blizzard problem, so I actually didn't have power for a few days there, and you know, there's a lot of other stuff that's going on as well with the blizzards. Had to shovel a lot, so I was pretty busy, so I was not recording a ton during that time. Beyond that, there was a bit of difficulties with school, things like that. Nothing I can't necessarily handle, but you know, there's one class actually in particular. I'm reading something like 200 pages a week for it, which, you know, is doable, but when you have 4 other classes, it's a bit difficult, to say the least. But without too much further ado, we are playing Aria of Sorrow, of course. We just beat the Headhunter, I believe, last time. And right now, this is sort of a little detour that we're taking. We're going to pick up I believe this is where the Hrunting sword is. The Hrunting sword, sorry. And to get up there, we need to fight off a few Valkyries, a few disc armors, and really either of these souls would be awesome to get at this point in the game. I'm actually going to switch from the skeleton soul. We had to use that on the Headhunter. But I don't think it's necessary anymore, because it's really a weak soul, but it's just nice because it has an interesting range, or an interesting, I guess, attack pattern, or however you want to say it. Just goes straight up. So no need for that. We'll go back to the Durga soul, which is, you know, pretty simple. Just throw something forward, kind of like your traditional fireball sort of spell or something, but pretty strong. And I think I said this, but it would be nice to get specifically the Valkyrie soul, because that's a nice attack angle, but also the disc armor would be good. Ugh. These Valkyries can really be a pain. Not necessarily. Oh, okay. So we got the curly soul, which if we do a 100% run, actually will be very helpful later on. But as far as just a regular attack soul, not that great. Okay, there we go. All right, that Valkyrie was messing with me. All right, I forgot how long this part was, but so this opens up a weird part of the game where I can't exactly remember where I'm going. I'm actually trying to think. I don't think, yeah, we don't get any new ability or anything, or soul, from beating the Headhunter. At least anything that changes how we play the game. So I'm trying to think of the next area that we can get to, considering the items that we have. Okay, so here's the Hrunting sword, which I believe... Okay, so it's actually weaker than the lance. We're going to go ahead and equip it anyway, because I've been talking about it a lot. It's got kind of a neat animation. It's easy to cancel. And here we have... Oh, I totally forgot about this. Okay, so this is the Undine soul, I guess. And this is going to allow us to walk on water, which is pretty huge. Actually, we're going to pause this recording real quick. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright guys, I am sorry about that. Forgot to put my phone off of vibrate, so had to take care of that real quick. But, you know, hopefully I get a little leniency. It's been a while. But hopefully I will be able to get back into the swing of things. I do want to ideally get a few episodes done today. You know, I think I've mentioned how I do, you know, multiple episodes in one sitting a lot of the times. So it'd be nice if we got some episodes. That way, you know, if things do come up in the future, won't leave you guys hanging for a couple weeks as I have recently. So again, sorry for that. But so this is pretty good. We have the Undine, what is it, soul, and right, I do have to equip it, which isn't too bad. We don't really have any good yellow souls at the moment, so we're not missing out on anything too important other than some extra strength, which is not that necessary, at least right now. So also, this is kind of an interesting scenario because this right here, these two screens, because later on in the game, if you do want to 100% it, you'll have to soul farm a little bit, which can be annoying, but these two screens, the best place to farm for those Valkyrie souls, which I believe are one of the rarer souls to get. Unfortunately, it's pretty tough. Actually, you know, on second thought, I think I'm mixing this up because you actually have to go a good amount of distance to get that Valkyrie soul. But either way, we're not going to sit around and farm souls. No, no, no. We are going to continue. Alright, so one of these is going to have a new enemy. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So that's the Kyoma demon, and what you want to do is let it pop out, and right as it pops out, you want to backstep and hopefully attack it. Alright, so not too bad. So I'm trying to think. I believe that our goal for the next boss might actually be death. I don't know, it seems a little early. One of the old guides that I used to have, I think the level that you wanted, it said that you wanted to be at, was around 10. We're only 50, or sorry, not 10, 25. We're only at 15 right now, so I feel like there's another boss that we need to fight before then, but I'm not sure. Death sounds right. So for that, we'd actually want to go in the clock tower, which seems to be in just about every Castlevania game. That's where death is. He always sticks with the clock tower, which is actually, the first time you play it especially, is a huge pain, because of course you have those famous Medusa heads. I don't know what game they actually started in, what Castlevania game introduced the Medusa heads. It might have been the first, but I know they're a huge pain in the third and the fourth, which I've played. I don't think I've played too much of the first game, but they are a pain. There are two different kinds. I forget what the difference in their name is, but one of them will just knock you, and if there are spikes in the area, that's obviously gonna be painful if you get knocked into spikes. And then there's also the Medusa heads that will knock you into, or rather hit you and petrify you, which is even worse. So, but I believe that is where we're going, so I guess we'll just have to get used to it. Okay, so this is good. We unlock another one of these teleporters here. I don't think, I'm pretty sure we want to stick in this general area for now at the very least, but good to have it there in case we want to come back for whatever reason, maybe soul farming later or whatever. Always, never a bad thing to find those warp rooms, for sure. Okay, so we've explored most of the top there. I feel like this is going to be a dead-end route, but again, it's always good to explore, see what's going on in the vicinity. Okay, so this is the witch soul, repels bullets with a shield. Oop. I'm trying to remember what that looks like. Oop. Oh, okay, so I actually can't think of an enemy that it's super useful with. Maybe we'll see if this will block her fireball. I'm not really sure. It will not. Yeah, so I do remember some of the definitions that they use, stuff like bullet, it is pretty exact. It's not necessarily just like a long range attack. They are a bit more conservative on what that means. Alright, so this is the top floor. This isn't somewhere we're going to be for very long. later in the game we're going to want to have an ability that we can jump up there. And that's the rest of the top floor where the end game is, but for now we're not going to mess with it too much. And we're not actually going to jump down there either. I just wanted to explore this part. Or we might turn back and jump down there, but for now, just wanted to get it on the map. Because I can be sort of OCD about that, but, you know, these are the things we deal with, I suppose. Okay, so we're back here. Just gonna finish these witches. I'm trying to kill a lot of enemies because if we are going towards death, you know, that could be difficult. But we'll see. I'm trying to think. There might be one more boss before then. I can't think of any, but who knows. Alright, so these are Persephones. They have sort of an interesting soul. Basically, you attack enemies with a vacuum cleaner, and it drains enemy health. Not super effective. It can be nice in a few scenarios, but for the most part, it's just sort of, you know, stereotypical. Well, she's a maid, so we'll give her a vacuum, so. Alright. But again, Valkyrie Soul would be huge. I would definitely enjoy that. And I think this is a... Oh, okay, so this is a Lilith. I don't remember what you get for killing them. Probably just a throwaway soul. But there's actually a palette swap of the Lilith later on called a Succubus. And that is another one of those big souls that you definitely want to get. Because what that does, it's just a... we call it a passive, basically like a passive skill. And it makes it so all your attacks actually drain enemy health. So pretty helpful, pretty helpful. Okay, so I actually see that there are dark gray spots back where we were before, so I'm actually going to backtrack and check those out. And you guys will notice on that map, it looks like you can drop down somewhere as well, so I guess I neglected to check that out. So, if I remember correctly, yeah, there's just a potion here, so nothing too big, but, you know, more experience, more money, so can't hurt. Ooh, these Liliths are actually pretty strong. They can tank quite a bit. Alright, so that increases our intelligence by 8. You know, okay. It's not bad, but nothing necessary at all at this point in the game. Man, they keep getting me on that. Okay. We're actually getting pretty low on health, so might have to use a couple potions. I'm gonna press my luck. Hopefully we won't have to, but that's looking to be what we're gonna have to do. Okay. So I'm trying to think, let's see, on different things that maybe I could ask you guys, because I'm always interested in, you know, community feedback, stuff like that, to see what you guys think, how you are enjoying different series and stuff like that. But, you know, don't get a ton of comments, and that's not necessarily bad. I don't have a ton of viewers right now, so it's understandable, but I'm trying to think of new ways to incorporate comments into my gameplay. So maybe if you guys see any souls or any weapons in particular that you'd like me to use, you know, guys could comment on that, and I will definitely do my best to comply with that. Obviously, asking me to do like a knife-only run or something might be difficult, but I will definitely do my best to comply with any thoughts or suggestions you guys might have. So feel free. And again, I see a dark square in the map, so we're going to do our best to undarken that area, which I believe we can do now that we have the double jump. So very good. There are a few others, but I'm not that crazy, fortunately. So right now, I believe we're going to be moving all the way down this hallway. We'll save, and then it looks like we're going to be able to move up at some point in this hall as well. So we're going to see what that's all about. And if that doesn't work, earlier on in the game, we actually went through some underwater portions, or not underwater, but some water portions, I guess. Okay, yeah, so this isn't an area that we can access right now with our Undine ability. But earlier on in the game, there are some water areas that I think having this Undine ability would allow us to move on. So we'll have to check that out. Oops. Alright. Trying to remember the name of that. I can't remember, but we'll have to check that out later, that neat sword up there, once we get a certain ability. But for now, I realize this is a bit of a short episode, but I think I'm going to call it, and, you know, hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave the comments in the comment area, the likes in the likes area, and you guys have a lovely day.